Everyone tells you to invest, max out that 401k, open a Roth IRA, save for emergencies, but you don't know what order you should do it in. So you end up paralyzed doing nothing at all because you're terrified of getting it wrong. I get it. I've been there. When I first started, I was jumping around, throwing money at different accounts with no strategy at all. I wasn't dumb with money. I just didn't have a roadmap. But today, I am giving you that roadmap, a clear step-by-step order so you know exactly where every dollar should go. Here's what a lot of people don't understand. They think that all investing is equal. Like it doesn't matter if you put money in your 401k or your brokerage account, but that is just simply not true. Some accounts give you free money, some save you on taxes, and some are just okay. And if you do this in the wrong order, you're literally leaving money on the table. So let's make sure this doesn't happen to you. Step 1, we're gonna build a small emergency fund. Before you invest a single dollar, you need a small cushion. I'm talking $1,000 to $2,000 sitting in a regular savings account. This isn't your full emergency fund. This is just enough to handle life's small surprises without derailing everything. If your car needs new brakes, you're covered. If your laptop dies, you are good. If your dog eats something weird and needs a vet visit, you've got it. Because here's the thing, if you don't have this buffer, the second something breaks or goes wrong, you're pulling money out of investments or racking up credit card debt, and that destroys all the progress we are trying to make. Alright, now we invest, but not just anywhere. Your first investment dollars should go to your 401k, but only if you have a company match. Otherwise, move on to the next step. If your employer matches 3%, then you contribute 3%. If they match 5%, you contribute 5%. Why, you might ask? Because this is free money. Literally, you put in $1, they give you $1. That's an instant 100% return. You'll never beat that anywhere. I don't care if the investment options in your 401k aren't perfect. I don't care if the fees are a little high. The match is too good to pass up. So contribute enough to get that full match, then move on to the next step. Step 3, we're gonna pay off that high interest debt. Before we go any further with investing, we need to deal with any high interest debt. I'm talking credit cards, personal loans, anything above 7 to 8%. And here's why. If you're paying 18% interest on a credit card, that debt is costing you way more than your investments are making you. You could have the best stock picks in the world and you're still losing money. So knock out that high interest debt right away. Now, I'm not saying we need to pay off your mortgage or your car loan yet. These are usually lower rates and you can pay those off later. But high interest debt, that's an emergency and should be paid off aggressively. If you need to, find other ways to cut expenses and just pay it off right now. Step number 4 is you're gonna build that full emergency fund. That small emergency fund we funded earlier got you through the small stuff. But now we need the real deal. Your full emergency fund should cover anywhere from 3 to 6 months of expenses. Rent, groceries, insurance, utilities, gas, minimum debt payments, add that all up and then multiply by 3 to 6, and that is your target number to put in your emergency fund. This money is going to go into a high yield saving account and is not to be invested in the stock market. That way it is safe and you can access it right away if you need it. Because life happens and you could lose your job, your car gets totaled, your AC unit dies in the middle of the summer. This fund keeps you from panicking and keeps you from racking up more debt to pay for those unexpected expenses. If you do use this emergency fund, make sure to come back to this step to get it back up to that 3 to 6 months that you are aiming for. Once this is fully funded, you can get back to investing. Step number 5 is to max out your HSA. If you have access to an HSA, which is a health savings account, this is your next move. HSAs are honestly one of the most underrated accounts out there and one of my favorite accounts. You get triple tax benefits, money goes in tax-free, it grows tax-free, and if you use it for medical expenses, it comes out tax-free. You never pay taxes. You are also able to invest the money inside that HSA just like you would in a 401k or an IRA. And after the age of 65, you can actually pull this money out for anything, not just medical stuff. It will get taxed just like a traditional IRA at that point, but most likely that won't be necessary with how expensive medical is these days, so it should be very easy to use all that tax-free money on medical expenses. To have access to this account, you have to have a high deductible healthcare plan. So I know this isn't for everybody, but if you're eligible, please max this out. For 2026, the max is $4,400 for individuals and $8,750 for families. Not everyone has access to the HSA, and that's fine. If you don't, just skip this step, and if you want to learn more about an HSA, I have a full video linked in the description that covers all the details. Step 6 is to max out your Roth IRA. The Roth IRA is another amazing account. This is a great account because you're paying taxes now, but everything grows tax-free forever. And when you retire, you pull it all out tax-free. For 2026, you can contribute up to $7,500 if you're under 50, and if you're over 50, it's $8,600. You can open this at any brokerage account like Fidelity, Vanguard, Schwab, whichever one is your favorite, and then you invest it in low-cost index funds. Keep it simple and just watch your money grow. The Roth IRA is so good that the government actually puts income limits for contributions. For 2026, if you're single, you can contribute the full amount if you make under $153,000 a year. Between $153,000 and $168,000, you can make a partial contribution, and if you make more than $168,000, you cannot contribute directly. And if you're married, filing jointly, the full contribution is allowed if you make less than $242,000. Then between $242,000 and $252,000 is the partial contribution, and anything above $252,000, no direct contributions. But there is a sneaky legal way to get money into your Roth IRA if you make too much money. It is called the backdoor Roth, and I suggest high income earners look into it. Step 7, max out your 401k. Do you remember earlier when we only contributed enough to get the match? Now we're back and we're gonna max out the whole thing. For 2026, the 401k contribution limit is $23,500 if you're under 50. And if you're over 50, it's $32,500. Now this is a massive amount of money, and most people won't hit this limit, and that is okay. But if you can max it out, do it. You are supercharging your retirement and slashing your taxable income at the same time. At this point, you are one of the top percentage of investors. You're securing your future. You're building serious wealth here. And if you've maxed everything and you still have money left over, that brings us to step 8. Step 8 is invest in a taxable brokerage account. Once all your tax advantage accounts are maxed, any extra money goes into a regular brokerage account. There's no tax benefits here, but also no rules. There's no contribution limits, no restrictions on when you can pull the money out. This is your flexibility account. You can use it for early retirement or just building wealth outside of retirement accounts. Now that we know where to put all this money, what should we actually invest in? I personally always invest in low-cost index funds, like the total stock market or S&P 500 funds. This way I'm always tracking the market, and I've been getting consistent, predictable growth over the long run. Now I know some of you are thinking, but what about saving for a house, or my kids' college, or paying off my car loan? These are great questions, and here's the truth. This order isn't set in stone. It is what I use as a guideline, and if you're saving for a house in the next few years, you might pause those Roth contributions and stack cash instead so you can get a down payment. And if you have a car loan at 4%, you might just keep making normal payments and prioritize investing instead, because the return is higher if you just invest the money. Personal finance is, well, personal. Use this order as your starting point and adjust for your life. But promise me, don't skip that 401k match, don't ignore high interest debt, and don't skip building your emergency fund. You need those 3 things. These are non-negotiables. Look, I know this is a lot, but you don't have to do all this today. You don't even have to do it all this year. This is a roadmap. You move through it one step at a time as your income grows and your situation improves. Start with that emergency fund, get your 401k match, then just keep climbing the ladder. You've got this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.